Hello, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So we are day one in Sydney, and first thing we have to do is obviously go shopping. We just got in like an hour ago. We just got ready in the hotel room, and then we're gonna go hit up some stores, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me, a little bit of a shopping tour, and yeah. Quick little outfit of the day. Just a black tank top and jeans and sneakers, nothing too crazy. Alright, so we are heading out of the hotel, walking the city streets to our destination. We decided to walk it since it was pretty close and didn't really want to figure out the buses this early on, but here we are. This is called King Street, I believe, and they have a lot of really bougie shops around here like Rolex and Chanel. So we went into Chanel first, and I was really looking for a cute smaller bag from Chanel. If you saw my last video, you know your girl got a jumbo, so trying to find something that was a little bit smaller. I also had been researching the prices in Australian dollars versus USD, and for some of these smaller bags you actually saved quite a bit of sorry, this is me just struggling to put that on while holding the camera. But anyways, you actually save quite a bit of money if you get the AUD version opposed to USD. So some of these smaller bags are actually a bit of a bargain, but there wasn't anything that I super loved. I think this one was the coolest one I saw because it had that fun Chanel on the top, but overall I wasn't like wildly thrilled with anything to purchase, and it is a big purchase. So went back to the drawing board and I started looking at belts from Hermes. Also, they had some dog things there, which I didn't end up getting, but would be kind of cool, kind of fun. They also have some jewelry. Also, here is me making my first purchase of the trip, captured on camera in the Hermes store.
This is a beautiful, beautiful leather. Oh, it's really close in. I'm gonna put it on 0.5. I can't.
All distorted.
Take a sip of your water.
Just a straw.
Just retake it.
So yeah, that was my first big purchase of the trip. Very exciting. Again, like I said, I did research to make sure that this was actually a pretty good deal when buying in Australian dollars versus USD. But yeah, there we go. First stop done. And then here we are just walking the streets a little bit more, doing a little bit more window shopping. Like I said, the street is really cool and has just a lot of really fun, fancy stores. And then we kind of walked into more of the indoor mall area, which was also really pretty. Had a lot of jewelry shops, which was really cool and fun. But yeah, so just a lot of really cool little shops in here. You could honestly get lost in there for hours. So many cool things. We did a little coffee break, trying some Australian coffee. I guess Australia is known for having good coffee. I'm not a very big coffee person, so I couldn't really tell you the difference, but it wasn't bad. And then more night shopping. Here's that same street at night, which is just so pretty and just so fun. Yeah, all these stores are seriously so gorgeous during the day and at night. I did notice, or I did feel like a lot of things closed early. So if you're like a big nighttime shopper, Sydney might not be the city for you. It was also kind of like a holiday weekend while we were there, so that could probably be why a lot of shops closed early. And then here are some adventures from the night market when we were up in Carnes. Still not really sure how to say that, but it's kind of the area up by the Great Barrier Reef, and this was super cool. We were watching this guy make all of the little glass figurines that he had out for sale. So what he's doing right now is making the little koala bears, which are so cute. But yeah, so it was cool to watch him actually be doing this right in front of us. I love glass blowing. I think it's so cool to watch. So this was something that we stayed in front of for maybe a little too long. Like, we pretty much watched him make this entire koala and didn't really end up purchasing anything. So I don't know if they were really happy with that or might be a little upset by it, but I don't know, buying something made of complete glass just did not sound like the smartest idea for people who are traveling and had to take multiple plane rides, but still a really cool experience. And then yeah, just going around more of the little shops in this night market, there was literally everything there. Like you saw, there were baby clothes, there's sandals and dresses and these wood carvings, there's a little penguin on it, just so much different stuff, so many little goodies and treasures that you could find. I clearly did not have enough patience to really take the time to go through everything here and find something, but there was literally so much. They also had Uggs. That was another thing. I know Uggs are Australian, but they really had Uggs. Like every store we turned to, there were some Uggs in there. So that was cool. This was also a cool little shop. They like make a customized phone case carved into the leather. You like send in a picture, which is pretty cool. This had some fun purses, which I actually kind of own similar purses to that, but it's like you get them at TJ Maxx and like don't need to get them out here. And then we got these fun sparkly Crocs, which I did not get, but I was actually very tempted. And then here we are back in Sydney at, you guessed it, an Ugg store. So like I said, there are just so many Ugg stores around here, and this one had some crazy great sales, especially because again, you convert the AUD to USD, so saving even more money. I was again very tempted to shop till I drop in here, but there wasn't anything that I was like really needing. I do have my own little platform Uggs, and I feel like one good pair of Uggs is kind of like all I need, you know? I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but yeah, kind of just a one Ugg girly. And then here is the last day that we were in Sydney, and I decided to take as much advantage of last minute shopping as I possibly could. So we went to the Westfield Mall in Sydney, and this mall was humongous and also absolutely gorgeous. There are so many stores, but just the mall itself, like look at this hallway. It is just so pretty, like the flooring, the marble, the ceilings. It was such a stunning mall in itself, let alone all of these stores. Then we had to check out women's shoes. So we went up the elevator, kind of a shaky elevator there, and it brought us to the shoe floor of the store, and this was just like shoe heaven, if you will. There was so many different brands just all in one place. It's like a literal one-stop shop, which my sister recommended to me because instead of having to go to all the different boutiques, you can just literally come here and you have all of the shoes all in one place. So what we did is kind of just hopped boutique to boutique. Wow, it's kind of a fun deal. These boots are so cool. Oh my gosh, what is that structurally sound? Those are so cool. Does that have it on these heels? No. Oh, it has these ones. They're like a wedge. Very cool. This will match the bag I got last time. And yeah, all these shoes are just so beautiful and sparkly. I'm literally a sucker for anything that sparkles. And then these shoes I've actually seen a lot in like bridal or wedding shoes. So really cute options if you're looking for some. And then our first stop on our little boutique tour is the Louis Vuitton store. So they had so many beautiful styles. Unfortunately, not a lot of different sizes. So I actually didn't fit into any of the shoes I liked there. And then our next stop was the Chanel boutique, and these shoes are just so iconic. These ones were a little bit big on me, but I feel like I just had to try them on since I've seen them like everywhere online. And then they did actually have my size, surprisingly, in the black ones, but I wasn't sure how I liked the black on black. There was still a little bit of difference in the actual texture of the shoe, but decided to move on to the Gucci boutique, and then again had so many beautiful styles, some sparkly, some fun, some different. Unfortunately, yet again, they did not have my size, which was a huge bummer, but still some really fun and cool shoes to look at.
And then the next boutique we looked at was the Louis Vuitton store. So they had a lot of actually really pretty shoes. I feel like they're known obviously mostly for their bags, but I was actually quite surprised by the different shoes they had. They had those sparkly ones up there and they were actually so soft. Like I was so surprised that they were not gritty at all. A lot of times sparkly shoes like that are super gritty, but for some reason they were just so soft. And then this was a cute look. They had this like denim bag that actually matched the denim style shoes, which was really cool. And then I found this sandal that was pretty much just like what I was wearing, but definitely an upgrade. Unfortunately, as you see, it was way too big, which was kind of the name of the game here, just a lot of really big shoes for me. And then we went into Christian Dior, and these are just their classic sandal style. They had a lot of different patterns in it, which was really cool. And then these I thought were so fun. Definitely not something I would wear, but still really cool. I liked these ones the best. Unfortunately, they were just a little bit big on me, and I do have a pair in that style already, but I still wanted to try them on. They were just so pretty, and just the whole boutique is just so stunning. Like all of these were so pretty. So here's another style. These ones actually did fit me, my actual size, but I didn't end up going with them. I just felt like they were pretty similar to the shoes that I already own, but yeah, still really pretty. I loved all the lace on it. And then our next stop was the Ferragamo store, which had so many funky shoe styles. I thought it was so fun, and the pair that I tried on here were really cool. So that red stripe pair, very fun. I actually didn't try those on, but these shoes were so fun. So when you put them together, they were like one big bow, but each shoe had its own side of the bow. You can see it. Doesn't sound like it makes sense, but it makes sense when you put them on. And I was so close to getting these ones. I just thought they were so beautiful, and definitely in my top contenders for shoes of the day. I just thought they were so fun and funky, but not too funky where you couldn't like wear them with a lot of different outfits. I did try them on in electric blue, and these were just a little bit too much for me. They were so stunning, but I just knew that I wasn't going to get enough use out of them, but still really cool shoes. And then the next boutique we hit up was Jimmy Choo, and they had so many of their classic styles, like the little bow shoes, these little crystal ones. I liked how they were little crystals going down the side of the actual heel on those shoes. And then they had a really big selection of like bridal shoes. They had my absolute favorite pearl shoes, which I had been looking for in my size for so long, and they actually had it in my size here, so you'll see in a little bit. I actually did try them on. So stunning. Yeah, here they are on, and I again had wanted these shoes for such a long time, especially during my whole bridal season. Like, these were my number one shoes for the longest time. I unfortunately never ended up getting them, since why I'm trying them on right now. They were just sold out of my side literally for the entire year. Like, I would check their website all the time and they never had my size in them. They also had the fun little clutch that matched the shoes perfectly. But yeah, so having them in my size, trying them on, I was so tempted to just pull the trigger and buy them, even though I didn't really have much use for them. I mean, they actually could be dressed up and dressed down really easily because they are kind of that sandally style. I feel like I could eventually get some use out of them. Like, they're not just only for bridal, but whenever I see them, I kind of just think bridal shoes. But yeah, so stunning. And then this brand I actually had never really heard of before, but they had a lot of sparkly fun shoes. It seemed like their thing were the big like belt buckles, and I really liked this emerald pair. I thought they were very pretty. Also, the sparkly pair was really fun, but they didn't have my size to try on, so the emerald one was just what we went with. I also did kind of feel the sparkles, and they were a little bit grittier than the Louis Vuitton shoes, so I don't know what they put in those Louis Vuitton shoes, but they were so soft and still sparkly. And then here I am trying on the emerald shoes. They were really pretty, but again, I had not heard of this brand, and these were like $3,000, which is kind of crazy. So I was like, maybe not for me, maybe not today. And then next we looked at some René Caviola shoes, which are so stunning. Like, these are probably some of the most beautiful shoes I have ever seen in my entire life. I love that sparkly sole on them. I think they are so iconic and it's so beautiful. Like, literally every style and every pair is just so pretty, and I just had to try some of them on. Unfortunately, they didn't really have my size in this store, but that did not stop me from trying them on. So these were a really fun, different style. Their pretty classic style is the one that kind of wraps up your ankle, but I thought these were cool because it kind of had that clear like mesh-ish on the front, clear plastic, and made the shoes really shine. So here is me trying on more of their classic style. As you can see, this is like way too big for my foot, but I just wanted to try them on, showing off the bottom of the shoe, the sparkles. Seriously, so pretty. And then I tried on this pair, and these were just a smidge too big, but so beautiful. I just absolutely fell in love with these shoes. Just the way that the sparkle is on them, it literally looks like your feet are wrapped in gold, and like that's it. So they were so stunning, but unfortunately too big. Then we went over to the Prada store, and they had a lot of fun, funky styles there. Unfortunately, yet again, they didn't really have my size in anything, even though some of them looked kind of small, just did not work out. Then we had a little quick pup break, found a little dog on the street. And then I literally couldn't get those René Caviola shoes out of my mind. So I actually searched their website to see if they had stock at any other retail stores in Sydney. And I did end up finding a store that sold them and had my size. This was actually the last pair that they had in my size, and I got them, and it just all worked out so perfectly. And I was so happy. The store also had some really good sales going on, so I actually got them quite marked down. End of the day going to this random thrift store that was down the street, but I ended up finding a real treasure.
Alright, so that's the end of our little shopping adventures in Sydney. I think I'm going to be doing a full unboxing video, kind of haul of everything I bought in Sydney, so look out for that. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.